Hello again. The last few days I've been out and about. I've been delivering things and I've been collecting things, or I've just been out on my daily exercise, and I've noticed that there's something very strange going on outdoors when we meet with other people. So I don't find Bristol the friendliest of places. I don't automatically greet people and they don't automatically greet me back. But there is a sort of acknowledgement that the other person exists. And that's all changed. I've noticed as we walk towards each other on a pavement, we do one of two things. Either we lock eyes, and as one of us steps out into the road to make sure that there's an entire car's width between us all the time, not speaking but just looking at each other. Either that, or we look down and we look ashamed and we don't meet each other's eyes, and we shuffle round each other that way. It's all a little bit strange. And in open spaces where there are lots of people coming from all directions, I find I'm very aware of those around me. Is the young mum with the pram coming towards me going to get close to me at the same time as the person running from behind will also pass me? Where should I go? Who has priority on the path? It all feels very uncomfortable. And that's because we were designed to be in community, in connection with one another. And this disconnection feels odd. Now, one of the mistakes that the Christian church has sometimes made is that we think of ourselves as family. And because of that, we tend to promote the idea of families above other sorts of connections. And we've made the mistake of giving the impression that everyone should be married or in families, conventional looking families, or have children. And that's not the case at all. But we were designed to be connected to others. During these unusual times, I've been speaking to a number of people recently, and people are roughly falling into two groups. There's those who feel very self-sufficient. They perhaps enjoy or are comfortable with their own company. They've got things to do. They've got books lined up. They know what they're going to do. I'll be fine. And that's great. And there are those who feel completely adrift and lost because they are energized by being with people, and that's been totally taken away from them at the moment. Now, there are some marvelous things happening. We talk about the war spirit, not that my generation or most generations even remember that now, but there's lots and lots of help going on. All of those I've spoken to have help from family members, friends, neighbours, cleaners, the postman, whatever. But I think the Bible speaks of something more. The Bible calls it love. In fact, there's an entire section in the Bible, I've got my Bible here, which talks about love. It says, "If I speak in the tongues of mortals and of angels, but do not have love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have prophetic powers and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith so as to remove mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give away all my possessions, and if I hand over my body so that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing." And it goes on to list a number of ways that we can recognize love. It's patient, it's kind. What we're doing for each other at the moment is wonderful. But for those of us who have a faith, I feel that we're being called to something more than that, not just doing the shopping, not just ringing around, but to think about what it means to truly love one another, perhaps even to put the needs of others before our own. For those of us who are used to meeting on a Sunday, we're used to being in a building which we call church. We're now in a time of doing church without walls. How might we express love, something more than just help and compassion and kindness, but true love to those who don't yet know it? Keep safe.